Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
Hello, welcome to the College Investor Audio Show. So glad you're here today. Today we take a look at the best tax software for early filers for 2022. Let's get right to it. So every year, more than 3 out of 4 Americans qualify for a tax refund. Woohoo! With tax refund checks averaging, right around $2,775. Many taxpayers qualify for a windfall that they won't get any other time this year. For those who are eager to get their money back, we understand, filing early just makes sense. In 2022, early filing is especially important for parents who didn't receive their advanced child tax credit payments and those who didn't receive their stimulus money for 2021. Americans can legally start mailing in their tax returns on January 1st, 2022, but e-filing typically opens between January 15th and February 15th. Despite the delay in e-filing, people hoping to get a good jump on filing can start preparing their tax returns by late December. This year, TurboTax, H&R Block, Tax Hawk, Tax Act, and Tax Slayer have released their 2021 software versions. For 2022, we're comparing these top companies for anyone seeking early filing options. So if you want to prepare to submit your taxes the day the IRS opens e-filing, these are the software companies to consider. Are you filing taxes too early? That's always the question on people's minds when they start to do this. There are several things to consider when you start prepping your taxes early in the season. While early filing ensures you get a timely refund, of course, there is such a thing as too early. These are a few reasons to wait before filing. You haven't received your financial documents. Companies typically send out W-2 forms and 1099 NEC forms in mid to late January. Filers must have these forms to complete tax returns. A lot of banks and brokerages won't release financial statements until early February. While it's great to get a jump on your taxes, you might need to hold off on filing until you have all the necessary information at once. You haven't made retirement contributions yet. Retirement contributions may entitle you to tax deductions or credits. In many cases, filers can make retirement contributions until April 15th, 2022. You might make a mistake. It's always possible to amend a tax return, but it's not something you really want to do. It can lead to audits and potential tax penalties if your refund was overpaid. It's far better to wait for all of your information before you file. Although filing too early is a mistake, all 5 companies we mentioned earlier are allowing users to start entering information like right now. So you can get a head start in the software, but of course, wait until you're absolutely sure before filing. Here's some great reasons to file as early as possible. While filing too early is definitely problematic, filing as early as possible just makes sense in most situations. Here are a few reasons to get a good jump on the filing. Get your refund faster. This year, many people will receive windfall amounts. This refund can be especially welcome after a year of underemployment or limited income. You can identify missing forms. When you start filing early, you can figure out whether you're missing forms. Tracking these down, much easier when you have time on your side. Reduce the risk of identity theft. Someone else may file their taxes using your Social Security number. You don't want to be the victim of identity fraud, and filing your taxes early can prevent that. Find out how much you owe. If you're one of the legions of people who found themselves unexpectedly self-employed, you might be in for a rude surprise when you find you owe money this year. Filing earlier gives you time to scrape the money together to make a payment. Avoid the stress of last-minute filing. Take it from a consistent last-minute filer. You don't want to be like me. It's stressful to have to stay up late or take time off of work just to file your taxes. I never learn. Start filing early to avoid the time crunch. You need complete information, but getting a jump on filing on information entering can help you file as early as needed. Here's what you can expect if you file early. Many early filers find that they have all the information they need to file their taxes by mid-January. If you're an early filer, you can expect importing functions and other bells and whistles to be available by the time you have your forms in hand. Early filers can typically e-file their federal returns a few weeks after the start of the year. State filing, unfortunately, isn't always as easy as that. Each company opens state filing at different times in the new year. The companies have to make updates for all 50 states. If you live in a state that had big tax law changes this year, you can expect delays for state filing. In some cases, state filing options may open as early as mid-January, but some states can be delayed until early March. Users have the option to e-file their federal returns before filing their state returns, though. Let's compare tax software for early filers. When it comes to early filing, all of the major competitors came to play this year. We're comparing 5 software options to help taxpayers decide which software is best for them. To compare the top tax software for early filers, we judged the following criteria: ease of use, how much of the software is available in mid-December, pricing, and technical issues. And just a quick note, these companies have frequent releases and updates. Many of the missing pieces are expected to be released before Christmas. So it's worth noting that TurboTax offers a free virtual review for qualified free filers who complete their returns before March 31st. Filers who don't qualify for the free review will need to upgrade to receive a virtual review. You might want to take a look at the chart we have set up with these 5 different companies that you can see at thecollegeinvestor.com. Just type in the name of this podcast in the search bar and you'll find it. Very easy to look at this rather than listen to it on a podcast, just in case you want to see it. So what I'm going to do is just talk about ease of use and then what parts of the software are going to be working and fully functional by mid-December. So let's take a look at TurboTax first. We have this down as the easiest for ease of use. And then all income credit and deduction sections work, but states are going to be delayed. An easy option, too, is H&R Block. We love this software. At this point, Schedule C, self-employed income, doesn't work yet, and state filing will not be ready until late December. Importing not available until January, as is the case for lots of these. TaxAct is a moderate ease of use, and all income credit and deduction sections work at the moment. State filing planners are ready, but software updates will continue through January, so keep that in mind. TaxHawk, easy to moderate, as in the ease of use category. All income credit and deduction section work at the moment, and state filing will not be available until the end of January. Ease of use for TaxSlayer, easy to moderate. TaxSlayer also has all income credit and deduction sections working, and state returns are not currently available. And we have all the pricing structures and everything laid out for you in the graph at thecollegeinvestor.com. So here are the top choices for early filers. Early filers choose to start filing early for a lot of different reasons, so we've ranked the top filing options based on features early filers are often seeking. Best for fast returns and refunds? TurboTax and TaxSlayer both have refund advance options for e-filers who use their software. Users who choose either product can have a proportion of the refund advanced to a prepaid debit card. In both cases, the loan is a 0% interest loan. That's nice. The easiest to use this year? TurboTax, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. The user interface helps users predict what will happen, and users can just jump around in the software very easily. TurboTax makes filing taxes seamless from the point that users log into the software to the point where they see their results. The best low-cost option is TaxHawk. Offers excellent functionality for an extremely low price. Early filers, even those with complex filing situations, can complete their federal filing for free. State filing, just $15, $14.99 I should say, per state. TaxHawk is an excellent option for experienced filers who don't want to upgrade just because they have daycare expenses or an HSA. Best value. H&R Block Premium and TaxSlayer Classic are both high-value picks. H&R Block Premium is ideal for side hustlers, landlords, and people who dabble in stock trading. The software is incredibly easy to use, especially given the competitive pricing. TaxSlayer Classic gives users access to every major tax form, so even complex filers can use it. The software is also easy to use, full of great knowledge articles, and TaxSlayer's only weakness, though, is that it still doesn't support W-2 or 1099 imports. Come on, guys! That could be changing. Who knows? And that is our show for today. I hope it was helpful, and it helps you if you're an early bird to get that refund worm. We'll be reviewing tons and tons of tax software throughout the tax season, so you can stay tuned to that. Also, check out thecollegeinvestor.com so you can go in depth on all things tax software and some tips and tricks too. Again, it's thecollegeinvestor.com. Thanks for stopping by today. We'll talk to you again real soon.